Coming up on the Lakeside Loop, have you shopped at Twice as Nice? We show you how the store provides a valuable service to the community and Lakeside.
A Lakeside student turns his passion for thrifting into a business. Track is off to a fast start, and a Lakeside class shoots off rockets. We have the incredible video you do not want to miss.
The Loop starts now. Twice as Nice is a helpful store for Lakeside. People donate items for sale in the store located in Jefferson. Items can be purchased inexpensively. The proceeds are then used to support Lakeside. Isaac Winters has the story.
In general, Twice as Nice has donated over $5 million for tuition and specific projects. Specifically in the 8 years that I've been here, they've bought 2 of our welders, and so a welder typically can run close to $3,000 each. They've bought a belt and disc sander for the woods room. They've bought a CNC router. So we've been really blessed with just a lot of things that Twice as Nice has supported, both the tech ed and the agriculture program.
When I'm at Twice as Nice, I help, put clothes up, sort through the new incoming items. Yeah, so when we change seasons, like say from fall to winter, then we need to put out all the Christmas stuff. So that's a big process. Normally they need extra people for that.
So with the FFA, we sometimes try to schedule things where if they have a need, we might help out, whether it be a changeover, whether it be 2 years ago we were able to help during National FFA Week, just help sort different things before they put it back in their storage area. Just a huge thank you to the unlimited hours that the sponsors do at Twice as Nice, fixing things so that from all those pennies and dollars, as you heard, $5 million of sales. And even Mr. Brum told me that sometimes they're there, customers a half an hour before the door opens, they're ready to come on in. So it's just a great service to Lakeside, everything that they do.
Thank you to all of the volunteers at Twice as Nice. The students appreciate everything you do. Lakeside student John O'Donnell has turned thrifting into a business. Brian Guzman shows you how he does it.
My name is John O'Donnell, and I shop at thrift stores and then resell clothes that I buy from them. So I've pretty much been thrifting like my whole life. My family always shopped at thrift stores. We've always been somewhat frugal, looking to find deals. I have many plastic totes filled to the brim with clothes of every variety. If I had to put a number on the exact amount of pieces, I'd guess somewhere between 750 and 1,000. So I'm at St. Vinny's here in town. I see a nice t-shirt. First, I have a very good internal database, so I can usually tell or figure out what year or what era it's from. My biggest thrifting inspirations would probably be my older brother Joel, who does the same thing that I do. And my earliest non-family inspiration was a YouTuber named the Iceman 289, who put out trip to the thrift videos where he would just film inside the store and highlight his finds from throughout the week, and I was always super fascinated by that.
And I asked John to give us a rough average of his sales per month.
Depending on the month, probably like 60 to 75.
And this last answer from John O'Donnell will leave you absolutely astonished.
The most I've ever sold a thrifted item for would be a vintage 80s Nike windbreaker, which I sold for $450 and that I purchased for under $1.
The track team is off to a fast start with multiple meets under their belt. They are looking solid. Track is an interesting and diverse sport. Michael Mittock explores this year's team.
The Lakeside track season has begun, and it seems as if it is off to a great start.
We've been actually rolling for a little over a month now. It's been a lot of practicing, but the kids are putting in the time, and we can really see as coaches the progress that they've made so far.
Students and coaches alike are eagerly anticipating the new changes for the 2021 season.
It is going to be a different kind of season, different year than what you're used to because of the late start and going later into June. That has caused our numbers to fluctuate a little bit more than we would like. But we are excited about the kids that we have. We think we have a lot of talent and a lot of opportunity to be successful.
I'm really excited. I think we have a pretty solid team. There's a decent amount of people coming out. I think we have probably around 65. So yeah, I'm looking forward to running with my buddies, and yeah, it'll be fun.
And with a ton of events, all who are competing are excited to start practicing for the coming meets, which will happen over the next few weeks.
I'm primarily running 400s, 800s, and possibly pole vault. I'm still getting better at that, so we'll see as the season progresses.
We're really enthused and happy with the group that we have this year, hard workers, and looking forward to seeing what they can do.
We wish God's blessings on the rest of the track season. Operation Go is a valuable opportunity students and teachers can share. Selected teachers and students travel around the country and participate in Bible camps, soccer camps, STEAM programs, and many other activities. Students are always excited for their trips.
So we have 14 Operation Go trips going out this summer, and they're going all over the United States. I'm going to list them out for you. In the beginning of June, we have a mission trip going to Texas, down in Austin. They're going to be doing a food pantry. All of the trips that are doing mission work are doing this simpler food pantry outreach thing. We have the Salt Lake Operation Go trip to Truth and Love and Ministries. Mrs. Schomer is taking that trip up to Salt Lake. She's been going there a couple of years. We also have a VBS and mission trip to Good Shepherd in Iowa, Cedar Rapids. Another team is going there later on in the summer with a baseball camp going on there later on. We have the STEAM trip to Faith in Anchorage in Alaska. STEAM is STEM with A in there for art. And then we're going to help out Pastor Clark Schultz in West Bend with his soccer camp. A few of the students are going up there in the middle of June. Then we have also another Texas trip. We've got a lot of Texas trips, one to San Antonio. We're going down there to help them do some mission work and plant a new church in the San Antonio area. Then we have the Alaska soccer trip back to Alaska with Pastor Chris Hewings, Lakeside graduate. And I actually have the privilege of chaperoning that trip. We're going to do a soccer camp for a week in Alaska. And then another trip that I'm going on is going to do mission work in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Living Hope is a brand new church down there where we're doing some mission work in the first part of July. In fact, over the 4th of July weekend, we're going to be doing some community outreach during their July trip. And then back to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, that baseball camp I was talking about. And later on in July, we have the Texas mission to Waco, Texas, actually. The church in Temple is starting to plant some mission work right in Waco, Texas. And that's in the middle of July. Mrs. Tetzloff is taking that trip. And then another trip that I get to be on is going to Folsom, California. Dave Calpine is the pastor out there. He's been doing mission work in San Francisco, outside the Bay Area, inland toward the mountains, the foothills. And then we've got a Texas mission trip to Tyler, Kansas, doing some canvassing and some mission work for the church down there. And then a new trip, we're taking a trip of people to Fredericksburg, Virginia, an outdoor camp, VBS. A new young pastor named Matt Rothy is out there, and Mrs. Schomer is taking that trip as well. A bunch of juniors are going down there to Fredericksburg. And then we've got the mission trip. The fourth one that I get to be on is going to Jarrell. Pastor Don Patterson is the district president. He's actually the one that helped us get all of these Texas trips put together, and we're going down to help him do some mission work in Jarrell area. And then we have our VBS to New Orleans. Pastor Frazee, Trinity Church down there. The Fenskys have gone down there in the past. This was actually the trip that we helped out virtually last year during COVID. We kept them in our loop and did like some boxes and packages for their virtual VBS last summer, and we're going to now go back and return and see them. And then the last trip every year is a small team of girls get to go with Megan Rodewald to Emmanuel in New Jersey. That's a VBS trip we've been doing ever since Operation Go kind of started and got going. So those are the trips for 2021.
Lakeside's class selection expands every year. A class most are not familiar with is the Aerospace Engineering class. The class shot off rockets today as one of their final projects of the year.
Firing in 3, 2, 1.
And with Pastor Helwig's religion class watching, the pressure was on.
Mr. Tretzky! Mr. Tretzky! Mr. Tretzky!
There is one final thing to do before you have successfully completed your mission, and that is to catch the plummeting rocket. Those rockets really flew, and great catch too, Noah. And finally, if you have gone into the courtyard recently, I'm sure you've been curious about the ducks. Well, they have hatched. There were 13 ducklings on the Lakeside campus. From swimming around in the pond to running around and hiding in bushes, they are active ducklings. Sadly though, the ducklings were let out of the courtyard last Friday. Those are some very cute ducklings. We are looking forward to seeing them again next spring.
And now, you're in the loop. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to the Videography 1 class for helping provide some of this week's stories. I'm Brock Schneider.
And I'm Jacob Greedle. We'll be back next week for our final show for this school year.